a lot of these drivers are not in shape. And I ain't going to say in shape. They're just looking healthy. They're looking like a liability. And a
Mm-hmm.
lot of owner operators, a lot of them are slouches. I'm not saying that in a bad way.
Mm-hmm.
Other times when you come to a facility or a business, it doesn't, the picture doesn't look presentable.
Yes.
Um, they say, and a lot of these drivers are owner operators,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and a lot of them have cleaned out their 401ks, their life savings, and you got to look in the mirror, man, and you gotta be presentable. You know, you can't be riding over the road eating Twinkies and donuts and thinking, you know, you eating these high calorie, high cholesterol stuff, trying to step weight to get to your destination.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's and I mean, in the Red Bulls, your body can get accustomed to a lot of Red Bulls. Take it from me, I know.
Mm-hmm.
You get accustomed. The body is a unique thing because it's made from God. Because we we can. It's almost like a chameleon. You can get used to anything.
Mm-hmm.
Because your body can get used to the consumption of whatever you're consuming.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, you got to be aware of what you're doing. But I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm gonna let you tap into a little bit because you as well was a driver, and that's how we
Yes, that's right. When
got.
I started driving, I'm gonna tell you, real deal. So when I started driving, obviously I had a lot of salt in my diet, which I never even realized. So that salt started to show up in my body and through swellings and things like that. And so I had to really like look at everything I ate on that truck to stop my body from retaining water because of the salt intake. That means the chips were gone, the salty peanuts are gone, the drinks with soda is salt, sodium. That's how soda is made. It is made with salt. So when you're drinking soda, you are drinking sugary salt. That's what you're drinking, sodium. Soda. That's where it comes from, believe it or not. So if and then even some of these energy drinks, look at the salt content. 5 hour energy drinks, the Red Bulls, the Monsters, all those things have some form of salt in them, especially if it's got a fizzle. And so even your Gatorades and so forth. So water is your best bet. You need to flush your system. And all of y'all are probably thinking, oh, I drink a lot of water. I'm going to have to go to the bathroom a lot. Your body will adapt. It will adjust. You will start to get on a regimen when your body's intaking that water. It'll start to regulate itself so that you won't have to be stopping all the time to go to the bathroom. What's happening at first, when you start to intake a lot of water, your body's flushing. It's like, oh, yes, give it to me, give it to me. So it's flushing out your liver and your kidneys and all that kind of stuff, but it will regulate yourself and you won't have to do all those stops. But one of the things that the trucking industry is known for is obesity, diabetes, hypertension, sleep disorders. Those are the top of the line for health issues with drivers, and it comes from the diet. Okay, so what I did is first off removing those types of things, and also exercise. Now you get 11 hours of drive time, 10 hours of rest is where you're supposed to be. Now, most of you are going to be at a truck stop. So you're asking yourself, well, when do I have time to exercise? Because, I stop at a truck stop, who wants to walk around the nasty parking lots and who wants to do all that stuff? When you're at your shipper and waiting, you can go out in the parking lot and do an exercise. I believe there was a guy that used to pick up at your spot and he would do a little exercise routine in front of his truck, while he was waiting to get loaded. Okay. So during loading and unloading times, get out your truck, walk around the shipper a little bit, do some, arm movements and get that blood circulating, some leg pickups. You can do a routine like high intensity training for 15, 20, 30 minutes, that will get your blood pumping. Now, if you are overweight, of course, you're going to have to be cautious. Don't go out here trying to do all this extra stuff. You're going to have to lose that weight. But one of the things that is first and foremost is food. Now, being on the road, you don't have a lot of options. You got your Subways, your Wendy's, your McDonald's, Hardee's, and all of that contains salt. All that is processed food. So you're going to have to make better food choices. And what that looks like is, instead of you getting the pizza at the little pizza place, you might want to get the fruit and the salad. And don't throw all the dressing on there. Okay, get some fruit. I know Love's is good for having fruit. Pilot is good for having fruit. Fruit has sugar in it, but it takes longer for your body to digest and break it down, thus satisfying you a little bit longer. Okay.
It does. It does.
And if you're doing, now there's routines on YouTube. You can YouTube things like fasting, what they call, some people do like an 8-hour fast or 16-hour fast. And all they do is drink liquids and so forth during certain amounts of times of the day. And then they eat that one meal and then they fast some more. They're training their bodies to live off of less carbonated foods. And so it gives the digestive system a break and starts to bring that body down. A lot of truckers eat because they're bored. It's you're sitting, you're driving, you're bored. So you grab something and stuff it in your mouth, grab something, stuff in your mouth. That is a habit that you have formed that you're going to have to break. That's really what it boils down to, taking responsibility for your health, your body, and saying, do I want to be, when I get done driving and I'm coming off the road, do I want to be like this size? Do I want to be this uncomfortable? You're going to have back problems. You're going to have leg problems. You're going to have muscular problems. And definitely you're going to have to, figure out a regimen to correct that. I personally go to the chiropractor all the time. I go to chiropractor once a week and get adjusted because of the bumping and all the stuff that's happened while I was on the road. But it helps my skeletal frame stay locked in. And then I go for walks on the weekends. Okay. So when you're on your time off, find a place you can do a walk. Apple Watches are great right now. If you can afford one, get an Apple Watch to monitor how many steps you do. Traveling bands. There's, exercise bands. I took mine to the park with me the other day. Got out when I got done with my walk. I did ab work, put it on a tree and just pull like this, And when I used to do in the truck, I used to use my bands in my truck. I would just break out my bands. I could do squats inside the truck. I could do arm curls. I could do shoulder raises and stuff. That's strength training. So you can do that inside the truck. And that could be a nightly routine, all in your own space. And then when you get out, do your walking, to do that cardio. So my suggestion is definitely, you got YouTube now. You've got that can give you recommendations on exercise regimens. You've got different nutrition regimens you can do, that you can buy those containers, go to Walmart. If you want to carry like a little cooler, you might have to buy the ice, or sometimes you can buy those little salads, little pre-made salads now. I love those things. You throw it in there, shake up everything, all the mixings and all that stuff. That's a full meal. Okay.
Yes.
So you can buy a little bullet mixer and make shakes in the morning. Okay. Get your protein, get your juices and stuff, cut up your bananas and some fruits. Boom. That's a nice little protein shake for you. I mean, there are many options that you can do, but the driver, you listening, you've got to take responsibility for your health.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.